Welcome to BoneLab. After 3 years, Stress Level 0 managed to make, again, one of the best physics-based games available on the market, and it is now Quest compatible. Let's start with the Standalone Compatibility. Many are asking about the compatibility on standalone instead, such as, what are the frame rate, are the texture different, and is it worth it to buy it on standalone instead? Many other YouTubers talked about how in their experience, the Quest 2 version was the same as PC version. And I kinda disagree. Here's why. Since the Quest 2 has a Qualcomm Snapdragon XR2 SoC processor, which basically mean a fancy phone processor, Stress Level 0 had to do some compromise with the texture, how asset loads, and how the nobody looks too. Plus, the tracking on Quest isn't the best, which can lead to controller drift when aiming down the side with two ends. But this is not Stress Level 0's fault. Comparing the two footage, we can observe that some textures are not the same compared to PC. In addition, when looking far away, there is a lot more level of detail popping occurring on the Quest, but not gonna lie, those are the only differences that I noticed on Quest. To be honest, Stress Level 0 did a great job at optimizing because I still have really good performance on a freaking phone processor. So, in conclusion, yes, the Quest version is really worth it. I bought the game twice and I have no regrets. Let's jump into what's in the game. First thing first, when launching the game, you'll first spawn in a void with a dice and a button. The dice is used to give you a random peasant body to start the game. You can change it by rolling the dice again or when you arrive at the lab. But before the lab, there is at least 15 minutes of gameplay. These 15 minutes can be intense for newcomers that haven't played Bonework before, as it contains some graphic and pretty intense gameplay. Since playing with a full body present can be janky and there's a huge learning curve, just to be familiar with the body that isn't yours, I can understand if some people aren't comfortable with the game. But for most players, the discomfort is just a learning curve to go through. After a few minutes of being immersed in the environment, most players will feel right at home. Once you went through about 15 minutes of gameplay, you will land in the lab, and you'll notice multiple doors. Each has different purpose that we will come back to later. If you move forward, you'll notice the body mall with a mirror to its right and the directory wall to its left, where you can see patch note, build number, and the option menu. Back to the doors, there are 6 of them and each has different purpose. The first door is tactile, where you can shoot the enemies and choose the difficulty while testing weapon with a variety of map to choose from. The second door is the arena. Like in the game Bonework, there is an area where you will fight enemies round by round in a variety of maps. The third door allows access to the Sandbox. Once again, just like Bonework, you can spawn and do anything that you want in a variety of maps. The fourth door will access parkour. Like the name implies, you will be challenged to do some parkour in a different map with enemies trying to stop you. Kinda like Myra's Edge but VR. The fifth door will let you access to some experimental game mode like Mega Bowling and more. The sixth door will let you interact with the mod manager. From there, you can install any mod listed in your repository like avatar, weapon, and even maps. On top of all that, here in BoneLab, you'll be able to choose the avatar of your choice by a single pull of a string. But be mindful, each avatar has different statistics based on their body proportion. For example, this big guy here is known for his enormous upper body strength and health, but his legs are small, resulting in a much slower movement speed, compared to this guy here that has a much smaller silhouette and strong long legs, resulting in a much faster movement speed but less core strength than the other guy. In addition, thanks to the body remapping, your physical proportion will always fit your avatar, making it easier to reach your holster. Furthermore, if you want to install your own avatar, all stats will be automatically calculated with the proportion of the avatar. Note that to unlock all avatar and other cool things, you'll have to complete the main story. Once you have completed the main story once, I really encourage you to do it a second time with all the characters, since the gameplay will be 10 times more different and interesting. On top of the cool feature with the avatar, Now, when you are tired, you can sit down without having to go in the menu. I know it doesn't seem to be a big of a deal, but I'm not a big fan of breaking immersion while I'm in a big fight because my little gamer legs are tired. But I haven't had the time to really be tired since I beat the game in 4 hours. But I'm a pro gamer, so the time might vary from your experience with the game. We wanted to talk about the PImax compatibility, like if the wide FOV was breaking and all, but it just straight up doesn't work for now. Some Stress Level 0 staff seems to be responsive to the issue, so it might be just temporary. In conclusion, BoneLab is pretty similar to Bonework since they almost have the same control mechanic, and if you really want to understand the lore, you will need to learn how to read because most of it is written on notepads or the walls. But if I had to choose between BoneLab or Bonework, I would go with BoneLab since mods are supported, making the game immortal, and hopefully seeing a never-ending stream of content like new map and campaign from the mod community, basically like Gmod. In addition, the scenes are much more varied than Bonework, and the fact that at a certain point of the game you can change your avatar makes the gameplay superior to most games. So, big shout out to Stress Level 0 for their great work with Big Math Problem, and I can't wait to have even more mods in the game so I can just be in VR forever. Like, subscribe if you liked the video. I would like to know in the comment what mods you would like to have in the game. Have a great rest of the day. Bye bye.